Right.
She's like, fuck that bitch. She's like, you don't need her. She ain't about
Oh,
nothing. So
shit! I accidentally hit the button.
we good. We live. I see the dots. We live. Bring us in, brother. Up. We good.
You're now rocking with the best 3 the hard way, aka 3PMD, Tank Bob and Eddie P. And like we always do about this time,
It's time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way.
take off Eddie P, 3 the hard way. Time to rock this motherfucker with 3 the hard way. Take off Eddie P, 3 the hard way.
Yeah.
Anything that comes out of my mouth or the quartermaster's mouth do not represent the views and opinions of one Mr. 2020. Mr. Eddie Westside. After 8 o'clock, Mr. Turn off the lights. And God damn it, you know him and love him. The lady of the house is very own high value man, Mr. Eddie motherfucking Coppola. Let's fight this goddamn evil.
Let's go.
Shout out
I
to
like
Kid
that.
Capri. three people making dollars. 3 PMD.
3 PMD. I like that. We getting the what's it called? The starter jackets next week. Starter jackets.
We should get some 3 PMD shirts. You know what I'm saying? On the nose.
Yes, sir.
The beautiful thing about that is ain't nobody killing us over these starter jackets anymore.
Right. You're absolutely right.
The good thing is we ain't going to those skating rinks and nothing like that.
We ain't hanging out like that. We gonna
Right.
get jacked at Whole Foods with a 3 PMD starter jacket on. You know,
Right.
They ain't gonna jack us at Whole Foods.
Right. Yes, sir. Oh man. So what's up? How's everybody?
Get 'em.
Hey man,
I woke up.
man, I got my family.
My man. Like I said,
Yes,
I woke
sir.
up like Freddie Gibbs today. You know, like I woke up throwing gang signs.
Shit.
I don't know why. I'm a civilian to the fullest, but I just woke up on some gang shit.
I woke up looking for ointment. I woke up looking for ointment, Tiger Balm, Icy Hot, any of that shit, man. You
I
dig?
swear, somebody say something to me today at the gig. I'm mobbing on them, throwing
There
up
you
these
go.
fucking signs before I get out the door. For whatever reason, man.
Mob Coppola. Shit.
Man, I heard that song, man, and I actually felt him. It's like, man, I woke up throwing up gang signs. I was like,
Yeah. Who made that joint?
yeah, Freddie Gibbs, man.
Oh,
He got
yeah?
a song. Yeah, check it out. It's crazy.
I'm gonna look for that one.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Definitely. Freddie brings out the best.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Freddie's
Shit,
nice.
yeah.
So what y'all want to rock with, man?
Shit. Let him fly.
That shit I sent you about the dude getting caught up with all that weed and they let his ass go. That I sent y'all guys that article. Trucker caught at the U.S. border with over a ton of marijuana say he was scammed by smugglers.
Hey man,
But
it's easy to get caught up.
yeah, and when I read the full story, man, he said that they went through COVID protocols where he wasn't allowed to get out the truck. And
Oh,
they just
wow.
loaded his truck and they had fake documents on other stuff and loaded up his truck. So he just backed into a facility and he thought he was getting car parts or some shit, but inside that was all this weed. And he was like, look, man, I never even got out the truck the whole time. He was like, I never got out the truck. They just loaded me up. And I took off.
Yeah, when you put it in that context, like when he first, I was like, nigga, stop.
Right.
When you
Yeah.
put it in that context, it's absolutely fucking possible.
It is, man. Especially when he brought up the protocol and was like, dude, it was like I was just doing my job. I was told to
Right.
back up here,
Right.
sign for this. And he was like, due to the COVID protocol, I'm allowed to get out my truck. So how the
Listen,
fuck
man.
you supposed to know?
It's this
He's still going to jail
show.
for that. They don't give
Listen.
a motherfucker.
Oh,
They
they
gonna
gave
send his
him.
ass
Oh,
to
he was.
jail.
He did a little time, man. He did a little time. He did. He was locked down for 16 days.
Let me
Oh,
tell you
wow.
something.
Okay.
If that was a lie, that was a dope ass lie. But I'm gonna say this, man. It's quite possible. It's like that show on the Learning Channel where they catch these motherfuckers coming from Colombia, and like everything be made out of their luggage be made out of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? these motherfuckers be like, these motherfuckers be on there like, yo, some dude gave it to me, or they told me to take this. And then you get a few motherfuckers. They go in there, they send them through the X-ray. They see these motherfuckers got little capsules full of cocaine all in their ass, and hey, I don't know how that got there. It ain't like telling that lie, like you don't know how 30 capsules of cocaine got in your ass.
They was like, look, if you've been away from your luggage or whatever for X amount, they was like, turn that shit in or something. They're like, don't ever leave your shit unattended. And,
Absolutely.
Don't take anything from the natives.
There you go.
It was like they always tell you that when you flying overseas.
Let me tell you something
like that.
Speaking of that shit.
What's up?
I know this is a little off the subject, but it's funny since we talking about smuggling. On this same show, man, this dude had like 30. He had all these capsules of cocaine he shoved in his ass. He refused to do the X-ray. Listen. He had a gang of coke up his ass, right? And this motherfucker refused to go. I think either he went through the X-ray or no, he did go through the X-ray. But this motherfucker held all of that shit in his ass. They gave this motherfucker laxatives and everything. And this motherfucker laid on his side for 24 hours and would not shit.
Oh my God.
He didn't shit. Son, he didn't shit. That's how he didn't go to prison. They didn't have no evidence. He laid on his side and refused to shit. And they had to let him go. I think it was either 12 or 24 hours. They gave that motherfucker laxatives and everything. And that motherfucker was just on his side, holding his ass shut so he wouldn't go to jail. And it's a good thing because they was hooking motherfuckers up with 10 and 15 years out the gate.
Damn.
Yeah, he walked off with an ass full of cocaine.
Oh my God.
He walked off with that.
He lucky, man. I like depending on what they wrapped it in or whatever, because eventually that stomach acid
is gonna eat through it. Yeah,
it's gonna eat through it, and he's gonna have a day.
Right.
He ain't got to worry about fucking shitting because he's gonna be out of there. As they say, no longer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But the things you do, I mean, I'll lay on my side and keep my ass closed so I ain't got to do 10 to 15.
In a Colombian prison.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, how is cocaine illegal in Colombia?
No.
They were trying to smuggle it out.
They were trying to smuggle that shit out.
That's all.
What was that shit? What was that, like that midnight train shit where that dude went to jail? They made that movie about that motherfucker. Y'all can't think of it, but yeah, man, I believe I could believe that shit because, look, man, they put that shit in coffee. They bring that shit any kind of way they can, man.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers, we gonna build a wall to keep the drug smugglers out. Motherfucker, you need to build a wall in them tunnels. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Chapo last week. Chop had his own rail system set up. It's all bullshit. I believe him.
Yeah, like I said, man, I thought
insane it is.
What's up?
No, I just think how insane it is for somebody to sit down and say, hey, you know what? We're gonna make a plant illegal. Just think about the concept behind that and say, hey, you know what? This coca now illegal and everything that comes behind it. We're gonna create an infrastructure behind it, throw motherfuckers in prison. Just think if they did that with anything else. They could do it with maple syrup, but they did it with cocaine. Both are trees, and both are just as natural as anything that you could come across. They won't do it with sugar that kills with diabetes every single day, but they do it with
I
You
wonder
know,
why. Just like
that less,
Mhm.
Dig it,
Remember-
dig it.
remember
Go
the
ahead.
dis-
way less many fuckers die from cocaine,
then
die from diabetes. But
facts.
maple trees are still legal. Cocaine
Oh,
trees
wait.
are not.
Hold on, Cuddy. Hold on.
Maple trees.
Dig it. I'm gonna say
I
two
like-
different things.
Crazy is that?
I'm gonna
It's-
say two different
it's
things.
Ludicrous, man.
As a child born in 80, grew up in that era, in the 90s era, I have no problem with that shit being illegal, because look at and of course you had to alter that shit, but look at what it did to a lot of our people and others. You know what I'm saying? Granted, motherfuckers got choices, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I have no problem with that. Ain't no motherfucker ate a gang of sugar and killed his wife. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no motherfucker got so addicted to sugar. Ain't nobody said I'll suck your dick for 2 sugar cubes. You understand what I'm
Not
saying?
yet. Not yet, because
Fat camp.
it's
Fat
legal.
camp.
No.
But
Exactly.
I have lost way more family and family part,
Absolutely.
more family
Gotcha.
and family
Yeah.
feet to diabetes than I have
No.
family to cocaine.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's so
Yeah.
strange. Like diabetes has killed more family members cocaine has in my family. You know what I mean?
And
Like in
dismembered. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Absolute-
Like
Absolutely. But here's the other side of what I was going to say. On the flip side of it, you got that business part of it. You got that thing where economically we can cripple a country by destroying what could possibly be not just a country, just whole parts of the world, because the shit come from everywhere. Not that if we ain't just talking about cocaine, we talking about opium. You know, those poppy leaves.
Mhm.
This shit, if it was legalized, would be the #1 motherfucking exports of these countries. Not for just medicinal purposes, but for the fact motherfuckers like to get high. And the powers that be know that. But what better way to cripple a motherfucker? What better way to fill up the prisons? You know what I'm saying? So that these motherfuckers who own these private owned prisons can make more money. You dig what I'm saying? So it is different. It is various. You know what I'm saying? Reasons why shit like it is, and it ain't for the righteous reason.
no.
It has to make a profit, like I said, because if we were the #1 export of poppy seeds, then it'd be a different ball game. But it's
Right.
an export.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. But
I think the prison industrial complex is so big that they have to make something illegal because they have to keep these jails.
They got to fill it. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have this, I don't know, making organization just based on making something illegal, no matter what it is. Like there's going to be something to keep those prisons. And
Facts.
you know what else besides that makes the people what else can you use to make indigenous Americans illegal other than some drug that's already here, throw black people in prison and take their land? All this is, you know, I watched it. Oh my God, I'm gonna screw up this dude's name, but it was Minister Louis Farrakhan and a Native American, say his name was Nightwolf. You know, they sat down and they discussed just the problems in America where they have twisted every single and everything they could just to take people of color off the map. I mean, absolutely amazing. And this just plays into it. It's just like anything they can do just to make us illegal and whatever we do illegal, just to take the things that we, you know, it's bananas.
Yeah. Well,
It's
it was
like, oh, that's a nice house, but now we need that that eminent domain now.
The domain.
We need that.
Or we got the water rights deal. Shit, give us. Well, and see, look, man.
Yeah.
Somebody talked about it. Somebody talked about it, and it was like, when you think about how they criminalize shit, it's like they study. There's these think tanks, and they study our people and other undesirables, as they call them, as they think of them, and certain things that are habits for us, certain things that are normal, they criminalize that shit. Think about it like this: I hate to see a nigga's ass. You know, look, I hate to, but when you start making a law saying we gonna charge you $500 for sagging,
Yeah.
and you know
Yeah.
who predominant, look, out here in Cali, damn near everybody does that, but around the country, even here, who does it more? You targeting specific people, and that's what these laws are meant to do. That's why we sit up here and wonder, like, damn, why that motherfucker ain't going to jail over there for the shit they doing? You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this whole shit this whole shit is a setup. This whole shit is a game, man.
You said, remember,
know.
I'm gonna transition just a little, but pretty much still on topic. When I sent you guys that article about the black realtor who was showing a house to a father and son in Michigan, and the neighbor called the cops, saying that it's the guy that broke in previously, whatever, came in the same car, everything, and the guy stuck his head out the window, and all he saw was cops, guns drawn, everything, and pretty much had to explain. Mind you, they handcuffed him, they handcuffed the dad, they handcuffed the son. So the realtor, the potential client, and the client's son all led out the house in handcuffs until my man showed him his credentials.
Mr. Coppola, dig it. You can search on the internet. I think it's Georgia and a few other places. You can find videos where these brothers will buy property. They go inspect the property. They own the shit. And the neighbor, the white neighbor, go call the police on them. So then they got to sit there and go through this whole humbug.
Mm-hmm.
In one instance, the cops was like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? They told the lady, like, what's wrong with you? Like, yo, these people own the house.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, but the guy, but the neighbor, the person who called the police said that it's the guy who broke in last time because she, or I don't know who, if it was a he or she, remembered the car and saying it's the same vehicle, it's the same person. None of that was true.
Look,
you know what I mean? Now, this guy could end up getting killed over, you know what I mean? There's bullshit. And he's doing his job. He's showing a house. You know what I mean? Who breaks in a house with a kid, you know what I mean? And showing off their aesthetics.
But this is
what they
Right.
do. Right. This is
Right.
this is what they do though. Think about it, man. Think about the brother in Dayton, Ohio, who was in Walmart. Motherfuckers called to say it was a man walking around
with a, oh my God.
Think about Tamir Rice. That was it's a man walking around with a weapon, with a gun. A grown man walking around. Like this is what and you would listen, man, and you would think for as much as you would think for as much as they lie. And the brother, his channel is Your World. I don't mind shouting him out. He actually pays attention to culture and all this shit. This motherfucker went down a list of all of these white women that lied and said they were accosted by brothers or black women or somebody hurt their kids. This shit is so much in the media. You would think by now that there would be a law. If you make a fraudulent call, your ass is going to fucking jail because people are nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, people are paying for that shit with their lives. The dude in Walmart, the dude up in Dayton, you would think that because that dude got killed, that the motherfucker who made the call would pay for that shit. Same with Tamir Rice, but it's almost like a certain group of people, or a certain type of certain types of people have a hive mind, man, because it's like it's 2021. This shit's still happening, man.
It is.
This shit's still happening. You can't even go outside without somebody say. You know, I've had it happen to me, man. When I was When I would look, man, when I was reading meters, I ain't gonna say where it was at, but y'all know.
Right on. Right
It
on.
was
We
in
know where
Texas.
yeah,
It's
there
somewhere
you
in
go.
Texas.
somewhere in Texas.
I had a big ass shirt. I had a on the back of my work shirt. It said meter reader in big bold brown motherfucking ass dark
Uh-huh.
letters. And I would get pulled over nonstop.
Yeah.
The one time was in a place called Trophy Club. Officer said, "Hey man," he approached me from the front. He was in his car. He didn't see the back of my shirt. He said, "Man, what you doing out here, man?" He was cool. He said, "You working?" Now, mind you, I had my utility shit on. He said, "You working, huh?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm a meter reader," and I showed him it on my back, and he was just like,
Right.
"You know what, man?" He said, "I'm sorry about this." He said, "But
Somebody called.
oh no, I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said." He said, "I'm sorry about this." He said, "But you just happen to be in an area where people, for some odd reason, think that in 20 whatever, I think it was 20 or 2012, he said a black man is not supposed to be walking around minding his business. That is illegal to some people down here." He said, and it's not the first time it happened. He said, and I told my supervisors, like, why the fuck do I have to keep answering them? But it's protocol. We have to come out. He gave me his card. I think his name was Sullivan, O'Sullivan. He said, if you have any problems with these fucking people out here, give me a call. Because he was like, I got more important shit to do. But
Facts.
I got pulled, I got stopped at least 3 fucking times. And on another incident, a motherfucker was literally trying to make something out of it. It was like 108, 109 degrees. Me being military, I decided to go heat cat 5. Unbutton my sleeves, unbutton my shirt, untucked it. Old cop come by. He like, "Oh man, you good?" Well, his partner came back around. He like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I said, "Well, I talked to your homie. Here's my ID. I work for Encore. People say you staying in their houses." I said, "No, I'm actually reading the meters with this scope, so I don't go in their yards." "Well, don't you think you look more professional if you tuck your shirt in?" I'm like, "Well, I was in the military, man, and when it got too hot, we do
We
the
untucked.
boo.
Yeah, we untucked.
Hey,
He
black
like,
flag conditions.
right. You know what it is. You've been over there. You know what it is. And so it's just, man, when you're not supposed to be able to go anywhere when you look like us, man.
Dude, man, I've worked security when they called security on me. One of my
Oh
own
my
fucking
God.
coworkers.
You got to call for yourself.
Dude. Not once, but like
There's a
3 times
motherfucker out
that
there.
shit fucking that. And the thing
He's fucking up.
and the thing, dude, I can't even make this shit up, dude. We were out patrolling the garages or whatever, and they're right next to each other. And well, let me go back a little bit. Our boss was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna get us black shirts. It's gonna make us look tougher." I'm like, "Oh fuck, black guy, black shirt."
He knew it.
Fuck. I'm like,
He
"God
knew it.
dang, we
In
fucked
Vegas.
in Vegas." I'm
Why
like,
don't you
"God
just give me
dang."
a hoodie? Why don't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're patrolling. I'm on the 3rd floor of the garage I was in, and my coworker is in the 2nd, 3rd floor, but he could see me on the corner that I was in. And he was like, "There's a black guy over at such and such building walking around in circles and on this floor, and he's wearing all black." Mind you, I got the radio. It's on. I'm hearing him call it in. And they were like, "Well, what level is he on?" It looked like he's on the 3rd floor. Ain't nothing up there but me and a bunch of fucking parked cars. I'm like, this motherfucker. And all of a sudden he looked at me, and apparently he couldn't see my face clearly, whatever. So I started waving at him. He was like, "Nah, the suspect is waving at me now." I get on the radio. I'm like, "Frazier is me, man."
The suspect is waving at me.
Hey, Mr. Copeland, they used you for a
Get on the
training
lookout for
exercise.
Dude, it was like Ed, yeah, on the 3rd floor.
They used you for a training exercise.
Yeah. And then I had a
This
lady
real
call
world
in.
is this exercise.
And they called me, on the radio. Was like, "Ed, what's your location?" I was like, "I'm at such building. I'm in Northeast End." "Oh, we just had a lady call in and said there's a black guy just standing, in the garage." watching Metro use their scanner, shooting cars or whatever, catching them speeding or whatever. That's why I was standing in the garage. But she fucking waved at me when she came in and parked her car. Now I'm sitting there in my uniform with a fucking big ass heavy plastic or metal ass badge on. You know what I mean? The only person in the damn garage. But she called it in and they called me. It was like, hey, where are you? And I was like, oh, we got a report of a black guy just walking around, just standing there, in the garage. It's like
they said he had one of our badges on.
Right.
Have you seen him?
Yeah. Have you seen him, Ed? I need you to file an incident report, on yourself, and get that to me ASAP.
How insane is that?
I cannot make this shit up, man.
You can't. It's so sad.
And I got one more, man. I just got to put it out.
Go ahead, get it out,
man. It was the last one, most recent one. It was beginning of this year. I'm in a empty vacant. It was right after the new year. It was still rather cold out, so I go into an empty suite and start doing my laps and get my steps in. And security come in and was like, "What, working?" I was like, "Yeah." And I knew where it was going. And I just kept, kind of like ignoring them and looking at my phone, acting like I'm, looking for some shit. And he was like, "So, exactly what are you doing? Are you a contractor?" No. Every answer was just one word because I knew where it was going. So he stepped outside. He get on the radio and was like, "Hey, Patrol 1 and Patrol 2, can you meet me in such and such building? I need on the second floor." Mind you, my radio is on the same frequency as his, so I'm hearing the whole conversation. So I'm like, "Oh, this about to be good." Now, mind you, Patrol 1, the one who came in, was white. Patrol 2 is black. He come in, he look at me and was just like, he works here. Mind you, I'm in full uniform. I got the work skull cap on with the work logo on right here. Same logo on my shirt. Keys, radio. And he was like, he works here. He's an engineer. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your keys at the time. You didn't see my keys, but you missed the whole fucking uniform. I literally had a fucking skull cap on, the company skull cap on. You didn't see that? Got it.
This,
right.
Nigga,
yeah, and I was like,
illegal.
And dude,
right.
And the white guy left, and the black dude was like, "If you want to fill out the incident report, man, I got your back." No, I don't need you to do that, but y'all need to get this dude straight.
Let me say
seriously, this is ridiculous.
There ain't no straightening that out. There is no years. With some kind
just wouldn't let it go because he's giving me all this attitude, whatever, because I'm giving him one word answers.
He can't change that. That's in his soul now.
Yeah.
It fucked him up. And I heard him say, "Yeah, I'm gonna need backup on the second floor." Oh, this is gonna be great. I'm feeling this. First thing in the morning too. Coffee hasn't even kicked in yet. Oh, I'm feeling this one.
Nah, because you know what it was. You know what that shit was. What it sounded like to me. His homie was. What it sounds like is homie. Yeah, you worked there, but he didn't. He wanted to provoke you to do something.
Pretty much.
He wanted me
to go. He wanted me to go there and see how far I was going to take it. When I was just sitting there looking at him, like, dude, please call whoever you need to call. Have a sit down and I can explain it. Like, dude, I've been here longer than your boss.
Let me tell you something.
Like, come on, man, stop playing my personal phone.
There you
I
go.
could call him right now and be like, "Get your boy," or "I'm filing a report." You could do something, or I could do something.
Let me tell you something.
But it's just one of those, like, you know what, man? It was like I said, it was first thing in the morning. I was just too tired to deal with that kind of stupid.
Let me tell you something. There was this at the same company. It was Encore Electric. There was this youngin by the name of Peter. And I used to call him Peter Parker. And I had this one day when I had this incident, he came out to help me. I had like 500 something meters. And me and him got to rapping. And he said, "You know what?" He said, "I hate to hear that." He was only about 21. He said, I'm real sad to hear that, man." He says, I just got to be honest. He said this doesn't happen to us. It only happens to the black and the Hispanic workers. He said it doesn't happen to us. He said, and to be even more honest, man, he said it doesn't happen to the Hispanics as much as it happens to the black workers. He said, you guys, he said, I've heard this story time and time again for as long as I've been here, you know, and he just shook his head. Youngin, I was shocked. And I was like, you know what?
It's just one of those, they don't get it because it don't happen to them.
Right.
And we got to turn the other cheek. We got to be the bigger person. You know what I mean? Because, but then again, on the flip, all that can go sideways real quick.
Real quick.
Just one phone call. We got somebody who ain't supposed to be in this one spot, and just hope that the person who responds to it isn't having a bad day.
There you go. Because a bad day can be the difference between us.
A bad day can turn into a last day.
Right. It can turn into a body bag for us. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. And, you know, they're a little flip and, you know, kind of like soft with it. And it's like, dude, this is my life you're dealing with. You think it's just, you know, a run-of-the-mill situation, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, I could really be fucked up.
Absolutely.
You know, back to that realtor, whatever. He's being let out in handcuffs.
Yes, sir.
Like, dude, my damn cards are in my, like, dude, I got keys to this house. I'm selling this fucking house. I'm doing my job.
Yep.
And I'm in handcuffs, you know.
And the thing is, man, for me, that type of shit to me, they know. You know what I mean? They know. That shit is just to fuck with you mentally. It's to break you down, man. It's to whoop on you.
Talking about now about, you know, not being able to talk.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? No safe place, you know what I'm saying, to just let everything out.
Right.
You know, we got to keep all that shit in, you know.
Yeah,
you know, you're weak talking about that bullshit, you know.
Absolutely. You know, and it's like you go nuts, and it's like, oh, when they go nuts, it's always you know, that was the most insulting thing about that affluenza when that kid got off with that shit. I'm not even gonna go into what he did, but I'm just gonna go into the fact that they said this motherfucker didn't know any better because he was sheltered.
Had too much money.
He had too much money.
And what's the new one? The incels? The involuntary celibate guys?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
What's the incels? Involuntary celibate guys, what I call dudes who just can't get no ass. You know what I mean? That was the dude who went and shot up all those in Georgia.
Oh yeah, that they don't talk about. They don't talk about because they was trying to put that narrative out there that it was just black people assaulting the Asians.
Dude was just having a bad day. Remember that shit?
Because he couldn't get no pussy. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fucking incel. It's a thing. That's what they're called, and it's guys that are out there who say that, you know, that's what they're claiming. It's like, you know, I don't understand with all this social media and all this tech, you can't plug into something.
Man, look,
like, please stop it, man. It ain't like you even got to go nowhere.
That's like the dude. You know, that's the same as the dude who went into that LA Fitness and shot them women up because he hadn't had no pussy since '94. That's the same as that Hopper kid,
in California, who went and shot up all those girls because they wouldn't date him.
No pussy. Right.
So, I got this, I got the grades, I got the cars, I got money. And it was like, dude, they just ain't fucking with you like that.
And all they want is the black dudes.
Athletes. Yeah. He went nuts.
These are
fucking incels. Yeah.
Just think of all problems in America alleviated if you just legalized prostitution. Legalized drugs.
But that's
you know,
that's you
don't want to do that.
Guys, they don't want the prostitutes. They want the ones that they can't. The ones who are checking for them. They feel entitled. Nobody feels entitled going into a fucking whorehouse. They want the ones that they can't have. The ones that they got to work for.
Cuddy, before you say
you don't see anybody shooting people over hamburgers because hamburgers is legal.
No. Listen. Before you say
it's
anything,
a different feeling to some. Some people equate eating a hamburger to like busting a nut.
There you go.
But it's a different feeling.
No, it's that thing. It's that thing about the hunt. It's that thing about the hunt.
Yeah.
You see this motherfucking woman, and you in your head, she the prize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind the fat bitches and everybody else who throwing pussy at you if they throwing
Right.
it.
Right.
You want that bad motherfucker
You want the
that
one
about
you can't
9, 10
have.
other motherfuckers want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what it is, man. And look, let me tell you something. You don't want to legalize pussy and drugs. I'm gonna tell you why. Because in this country, motherfuckers can't control their urges. You got a bunch of motherfuckers that live outside of what they make. You understand what I'm saying?
All day.
They live
All
how
day.
they can't even afford the lifestyle they got. They so beat up with bills. You got people just like look at this country. Look how many big motherfuckers is walking around because they can't control their impulses. Motherfuckers can't control their impulses. So you mix that with legalized drugs, man. Come on, this should be The Walking Dead, bruh. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
I don't know. I mean, like I've been to countries where was legal, drugs were legal. As long as you kept them out of the public
This is
eye,
America.
you could
This is
do
America.
whatever you wanted. But listen to me. Listen to
This
me.
is
Now,
America.
this is
Go
in
ahead.
countries. This is in countries where this shit is against the word of God. So, you know, like I've been in Dubai, where prostitution is legal to a certain point. Where, like, yeah, it's illegal as long as you don't bring it out into the streets. Like, as long as you can do this illegal shit in the confines of your own home, you're cool. Don't bring this shit out into the, or we're going to take you to jail. I mean, Dubai is like that. You can go out in Dubai and you can find a prostitute or you can find illegal drugs. And as long as you do them in the confines of your home or the confines of some place outside of the public view, everything is okay. It's still illegal, but ain't nobody going to screw with you as long as you keep it out of public view.
Dubai
And
is
now,
not really
the country's real.
example.
But
Dubai-
they'll still cut your fucking head off if they catch you doing the wrong thing.
But think about it. Dubai is not like the rest of the Middle East. Do you think that the shit that goes down in Dubai would play in Iraq and other places?
They
like
had
that?
hoe houses across the street from the U.S. Embassy in Iraq. Hoe houses. I mean, there was a lot of times the PMCs went across the street to go get a piece of pussy.
Who was selling pussy?
Iraqis.
Iraqi women was giving up.
Okay, so you remember the green zone? Were you in the green zone? Because I know you was at Victory.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember you remember the hotel that was across the street from the embassy? Like you could see it was a multi-story building across from the embassy. It was
okay.
It was the only thing that took fucking rockets that the embassy didn't take rockets. You know, so it was the only building that saved a lot of times from those rockets.
Don't care.
I mean, but there was prostitution over there that a lot of dudes just kind of like went across the street to go and get. You know, I mean,
let me rephrase this shit. You talking about countries where motherfuckers are made to control their impulses. They are made to, nigga. They cut hands off over there. Feet. Take somebody's shit. They cutting your shit off over here. And look, man. Over here in California. You got them
snapping, nigga. You got them snapping.
On the nose, in California. And
on the nose,
on the Lincoln nose, man. You can look up videos. You can look up videos though where motherfuckers go in stores and they run out. They go in store because it's not a fucking felony. They go in stores, fill up bags with merchandise.
Right.
All kind of shit. And they walk out. They take shit out of a nigga's hands that's in a line ready to pay. Put it in the bag.
Give me that honey bun.
Give me that motherfucker. And they'll walk out. All kind of shit. And you know why they do that? The security just supposed to stand there. They supposed to observe and report.
Observe and report. That's it.
You know why they supposed to do that? Because it's not a fucking felony. It's like a $500 ticket. They ain't going to jail for that shit. Go somewhere over in the Middle East and steal some shit, or apply their laws here. You know how many niggas would be missing hands? Not just black people. You know, when I say niggas, I'm not referring to black. Just motherfuckers. Period.
Ignorant folks. That's
right. These white folks running up in Walmart. Ignorant folks. Thank you, Mr. Coppola. It's they are forced to control their impulses. Here they're not. You legalize that shit over here, you will have motherfuckers raping bitches who's selling it.
You can't. Exactly. Excess. You can't.
Excess.
You cannot do that here. We do.
Yeah.
We do the most.
We do
Always
the
doing
most,
the
bro.
most. We always
do
do
the
the most
most.
for whatever reason.
It just legalized prostitution in outside of Las Vegas, whatever that county is. I mean, how many problems do you see that occur with legalized prostitution?
Are you talking about the Bunny Ranch? Some of the Bunny
I
Ranch.
mean, you don't
places like
you
the
don't
Bunny
see
Ranch.
any, but the thing has flipped now because of OnlyFans,
Right.
racket, human trafficking charges.
Right.
It has changed the game.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, you hit a pimp with one of those, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm done. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
That's
like
why
I said,
Sugar Free got out the
the
game.
game has definitely changed. We just can't. You can't do that now. I don't know what
Absolutely.
your theory or whatever is cool, but it doesn't apply to the States. We a whole different
Be a
beast.
whole different breed, and everybody know it.
What about where they legalized drugs in what place was that? Was that Washington? What, was it?
It was
Portland?
that one. It was that
Oregon,
one
or-
where they legalized
Everything, like everything's cool.
the Schedule 1, Schedule 2. Yeah, certain scheduled drugs or whatever, they legalized it, and it was like, yeah, it went down because we were able to maintain it. But dude, just look how we're handling. You got motherfuckers who don't even want to get vaccinated.
Right.
They
Listen,
don't even
man.
want to do right by themselves, just for
Absolutely.
the sake of fucking living.
Let me say
Let
this.
alone, but we will go ass backwards trying to, get an over an abundance of ass
Let me
and
tell you
whatever
something.
else your pleasure is.
Look
We do that, man. We just go we pervert everything that we have.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we do it in
Everything.
incest. We're American.
Right.
That's what we
Right.
do.
And this is here's another example. Look at those motherfucking fentanyl clinics. Look at how they turn whole towns into zombies, man. Motherfuckers. Look, there's a whole documentary about this shit. This in New Orleans, there was this guy, his son. His son was a good kid, and then he ended up white guy, and then his son ended up developing a drug problem. He got killed because he was fucking around down in one of the wards. He was buying some drugs. One of the guys they was interviewing, you didn't know it, but it turned out this motherfucker was a dude who shot his son.
Wow.
The guy figured the whole thing out. But he said something told me not to stop here, because it's not just the illegal shit. It's like this shit put him on a mission. What happened with his son? He said it's the legal shit. So he started figuring out what was going on with the fentanyl clinic. It was a black chick who was running the fentanyl clinic. This motherfucker was doing his own steakhouse. Old fat white guy. This motherfucker got video, pictures. He got all kind of evidence. These motherfuckers was open till 3 and 4 in the morning. It would be lines around the block where these motherfuckers was trying to get in there and get fentanyl, because she was just that motherfucker. If you had an earache, fentanyl.
Yeah.
If sprained ankle, fentanyl. And she addicted damn near a whole fucking town. Now karma caught up to her. She got into this badass fucking accident that fucked her up to now she's on fentanyl, addicted to the shit. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that with us, man. It'll turn into. Let me tell you something.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Remember what was going on with people ODing, and how before when Narcan came out, they were hitting them with one. How'd that shit work out? Remember you were telling me like, bro, they are packing 2, 3. You hit somebody with that many. Again, excess, even with fucking Narcan.
Right.
This is how bad it was. It was like we'd give a motherfucker Narcan, and it would bring them out of an overdose. And they had so much fucking dope in them, they'd re-overdose when the Narcan wore off.
See,
so this is the shit I'm talking about.
Like Narcan lasts, so long, but heroin lasts a little bit longer. Nigga, you could overdose twice after
you
getting
go.
revived.
And when you
There
were
you
talking
go.
about that, like, oh, we should legalize. Like, dude, do you understand how many packs of Narcan have to
Hey.
come in like a Costco box? Shit.
I mean, just think if drug legal, you would still have the overdoses. I guarantee you,
Right.
because that's just how the nature of are.
Drugs. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything. I mean, motherfuckers overdo candy
Right.
bars. Okay, so
Facts.
you just have to understand that there's going to be a few individuals who do anything. You know, you can give them
Right.
anything, and overdose on it, whether it be
Right.
hamburgers, fucking sugar, heroin, cocaine. People will just overdo it because it's fantastic.
But
But
what happened over in China when the kid, he was on social media for so long or whatever, he got so desensitized that he couldn't function.
Yeah.
Like you said, it depends on the individual. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have that small sector that's just gonna overdo it. When we think we here and they take it to, you know, up to that next level, like, dude, what the fuck were you on, to the point where his parents were afraid that he wouldn't be able to function, you know, without them, you know, because he was just
Yeah.
confined to his room, grown ass man or whatever, but he was just so desensitized and detached from society that they were like, dude, I don't know if we could bring him back,
But see,
because he
I don't,
fucking overdid it.
I don't even think it would be a small amount. Look. Think about the diabetes rate. You brought up sugar. Think about the diabetes rates in this country.
Yeah.
Think about how many motherfuckers go to work with functional alcoholics. You know what I'm saying? How many functional drug addicts out there? Nah, man. I just think it would be a recipe for just a bad thing, man.
Just in the States. Just in
Right.
the States. Because
Our
we
appetite is you can't feel that belly, man, here.
you got guys who
Insatiable.
rather
Insatiable.
definitely.
You can't feel
definitely,
that
because
belly.
you got
Our
guys who rather
appetite.
get high than pay their fucking.
Come on, man.
I mean, but just how much is that is based on just the idea that it's so hard to get. You got to right now. You know, if it was available all the time, you could microdose. You know,
But that's just it. I don't think that's the case. I think it's, you know, because they, you know, it went from cocaine, crack. Now we got this opioid.
yeah.
You know, they got the shit at Walmart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They got
Yeah.
the shit at the
Yeah.
Walgreens. It's, you know what I mean? It just depends. The dope
Have
is
you-
going
have
to
you
be
guys-
there.
Have you
But-
guys seen anything on ayahuasca or like DMT to treat drug addiction?
I hear
that
Joe talk about
root?
it, Joe Rogan.
Is that root?
Yeah. So ayahuasca is a
Yeah.
combination of some plants,
Yeah.
and it makes one plant makes DMT, and the other plant makes DMT available for your body to use. You put them together, and you know that's the whole ayahuasca. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing this right. Ayahuasca trip, but it lasts like 12 hours. And there are people like Michelle Rodriguez, or what's old girl from the Fast and Furious? Is that Michelle
I think that
Rodriguez?
was it.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they had her on the documentary. I don't know if she was in total agreement with however it was filmed, but they had her in a doc drug addiction. And you know, she was saying that she went down, saw these shamans, did the ayahuasca trips, and she was kind of cured of addiction. And I'm starting to see a lot more of studies that have been done by a lot of people with PTSD or drug and alcohol problems,
Mhm.
hallucinogens just in general to treat disease.
The-
I mean,
the
you know,
drug-
treat illnesses.
Yeah, the drug
yeah.
addiction.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they were saying, what was that? I can't remember. Lamar Odom is doing a treatment, but it's under doctors' care. I can't remember what he was taking, but they were like, "Damn that."
for pussy too.
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, all the stuff that he's accomplished in his life, and he's going to be known as the dude, the 7-footer.
Yeah.
Bunny Ranch
Yeah.
and had to get airlifted, and his feet hanging out the damn helicopter. They don't make them that big for you, dummy.
Helicopters are small as fuck, man. You be sitting there looking at people getting shot in them things like regular size folks, and you're like, man, this ain't gonna fit.
Right. Right.
You put Lamar Odom's big
Yeah.
a line 9,
Yeah.
a 9 line.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Turn
feet
them
dangling.
sideways.
Feet dangling and shit.
oh
No,
man.
but Joe Rogan talks about the DMT and all that shit, man.
Yeah.
About everything that is good for, you know what I'm saying, and its medicinal purposes and shit. So I mean, I don't know enough about it to speak on. So
My thing is, it's a lot of stuff that's out there that's good for you, but when you start to overdo it, like pills were good for you, but nobody
Yeah.
told you to smash them up and start fucking snorting them.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely, or shooting.
You
that
know what
shit.
I mean? Or shooting them, or melting them down and fucking shooting them. I mean, it's
There you
just
go.
we always kick it up a notch.
That part.
Oh, you got to. You might gives you an inch, you got to take a mile. You know,
Right.
I mean, that's
All
the
day.
American way.
All
You know,
day.
that's how we're programmed, just from
Right.
birth, just
Right.
being here.
Absolutely.
You know,
Right.
You
give a
constantly
nigga a rope, he wants to be a cowboy.
You constantly
Facts.
want. That's how we grow up. Just you want
Mhm.
shit.
We gotta
Mhm.
have it. We entitled. You know,
You
even
go-
in
you
the, even in the hood, we feel entitled.
Right. You go.
You know
You
what
go
I
to
How
mean?
these
else does capitalism work so well unless
Right.
you indoctrinate everybody here with the same ideas that
Well,
you
well,
you
my-
will.
what
You
my
go to
man
these other
say,
countries.
Greed is good.
Greed is good.
Yeah.
You go to these other countries, man, and the kids just be happy to have a fucking soccer ball.
What was
Over
that,
here,
what you call it? Sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
you
But,
got it.
Prince that did a concert over in, I think it was either Japan or China, and he said before the show he had his staff put tambourines on each and every seat, and he said when the show was over, every last tambourine was on the seat. See what I'm saying? It just depends on how you. Nobody told them they could fucking take it.
Yeah.
Our asses, the chairs
Would
are
have took them
fucking on,
shits.
everything.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Prince gave
Fucking
me a
Prince.
tambourine.
Yeah, he left this for me. No, he
Right.
wanted you to partake in the show,
Right.
and that was just one of those moments. Paid attention to stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was just like, look, you know, it's just our culture to
Right.
the extreme. It was
Right.
like nobody told them to leave it. They just knew. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just in their how they were raised, man.
Not here.
Us, yeah, we taking every fucking thing all
Yeah.
the time. You know, the
Like I said.
napkins, the fucking glasses, everything.
Yeah. Like I said, these kids be happy to have a fucking soccer ball. Over in this motherfucker, let a kid not have a PlayStation 19 and see don't eat his ass.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
ain't shit.
Like you ain't shit. Fuck the
Yeah.
fact
Yeah.
that you feed me and clothe me and keep me warm, and
All that.
I want that 19, motherfucker.
all
Well, nigga,
that.
we on 5. I don't care. I want
Yeah.
a PlayStation
The
19.
19.
You know,
This whole house is a prison on planet bullshit.
that's what they do, though. You know,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't
you're
have
absolutely
nothing.
right.
I don't have nothing. Really?
really?
You know,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
I
something.
don't have nothing.
Let me tell you what my youngin did to his older brother. Older brother take him to a movie. He said, "Hey, can I go play the video games?" Dude said, "No, man, we finna go watch this movie." Man, you never let me do nothing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, wait a minute, motherfucker, I got you at
I'm
this
t-
movie.
First of all, do you know how much these movies cost these days?
There you go.
If you take
Yeah.
a family of 4 or 5 to the movies, that's just to the movie. That's without snacks. That's damn near a cell phone bill.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't
Yeah.
happen with me.
You see what I'm saying? It's damn near a fucking cell phone bill. This shit ain't cheap, but yet these kids, they see all this stuff and think that they have to have it because
Man,
their
look.
friends got it.
I go through
You
it.
know,
How
most of
can-
these
how can you
motherfucking
explain
phones
it?
cost more than my first car. Shit.
How do you expect and every device that they turn on tells them that they need to constantly buy
Right.
something.
Right.
You know,
It's
whether
fucked
it's
up.
their iPad, their iPhone, their TV, you know, like
Right.
everything has an
Right.
advertisement on it.
So
Like
dig
shit,
it,
I went
dig
to a
it.
doctor's office the other day and there was a fucking advertisement on a TV, doctor's office, for fucking drugs. Like, how insane
There
is
it
that?
is.
Man, look,
can't
look,
You know,
They
like
can't be there.
every aspect of our lives has been
Dig it.
commercialized to sell us
Dig it.
shit.
They
dig it.
can't be there in the office with you 24/7, Tank. So they have
Dig
to
it.
hit you with the ads. They
Dig it.
take a screenshot, you know, QR code, all that shit. We'll bring it to
It's
you.
bananas. Yeah,
Let
it's
me tell you
bananas.
something.
But
It's
we always
I'm-
like it ingrains us with like we always gotta have. We always get
and
more.
you gotta check yourself.
Yeah.
Let me tell
We
you
all gotta
something.
check ourselves because we all get caught up, even if we don't want to. We say, "Oh man, fuck that! I ain't on that shit." And next, you know, you look and like, why the fuck do I have an excess amount of shoes, electronics? I don't
Absolutely.
need any of this fucking shit.
Absolutely. I had to
You know
stop
what I mean?
buying
None of
sneakers.
this shit.
Let me tell you something.
Hey.
Mr. Coppola, he sent the there was an article about Tesla,
Oh yeah. The
solar powered
solar power suburbs.
housing, suburbs.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I thought it just made me think, you know, we watch movies like Blade Runner, you know, I play games like The Syndicate, and in these games, in these movies, everything is privatized. These corporations own everything.
Mm.
That we already there, man. We watch
Dude,
these
just watch.
2057. Oh, we there.
I said this like back when we damn near first started the Through the R way. Watch out for Texas. When Elon moved there,
Oh,
this is
you did
going to
say it.
be,
You
yeah,
said it.
this is going to be the model, the blueprint of where we're going to move next. This is it. Texas got next.
Let me tell
Elon
you
moved
something,
there.
man.
He's doing these solar suburbs. What happens?
Let me tell you something. Watch the movie industry. Watch you start seeing a lot of that shit come out of Texas. You're gonna start seeing everything come out of Texas. You know, look, man. You got the electric vehicle guy,
Mm-hmm.
one of the guys who privatized space exploration, moved to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You got goddamn, what's my man off the Shark Tank? On the Mavericks,
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban down there. You got all of these oil men down there still.
Old boy from the Cowboys, Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. It's about to be something different, man.
Watch
and you
fucking
did say
Texas
it. You did
because
say it.
of the taxes. Even the rich people be like, I don't want to pay this shit for what it costs to live in California and all the red tape. He's like,
There you go.
half the shit that I want to do, I can get done, you know, in half the time in fucking Texas.
And the real estate is there.
Thank you.
It's-
The land is there, and he's going to
it's so-
develop
Hey,
it.
you got
Right.
plenty of land and plenty of sunshine. He
Yes.
is, you know,
Right.
That's
and
it.
none of the taxes.
Thank you.
Let me tell you
None of
something.
the bullshit. He was like, I could get my weather together anywhere. I'm a fucking billionaire. All I got to do is make that phone call and I could change my climate.
I wouldn't doubt this motherfucker turned Texas into a megatropolis like some you see out in futuristic movies.
Texas got next. Watch when
There
they
you
be like,
go.
damn, why my fucking taxes going up? Yeah, because everybody fucking migrating there.
Watch.
Especially when everybody have to start working working remote. Why not Texas?
There you go.
You paying $2,000 for a studio in California. $2,000 is a fucking 4-bedroom house in Texas.
Whoop, hold on. That's gonna change because
Exactly, because
Yeah.
of what's going on now.
it was changing down
was-
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to change, but think about what comparison. Mind you,
Yeah.
it may not be a 4-bedroom, maybe a 3.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You still getting a house.
There you
What you
go.
would pay in California for a fucking studio.
Now let me say this too. A cat, this cat from Chicago, he was working down there one time and he dropped this on me. And I didn't necessarily pay attention to him, and it's not too late. Motherfucking buy a trap house down there. Buy
Sit
an
on it.
old fucked up house. If the
Sit
three
on
of
it.
us, and sit on it. If the three of us was to go in on some foreclosed house or some motherfucker who didn't, hey, let's look up and see who behind on their taxes. And start buying niggas, kicking motherfuckers out. That land, I'm telling you.
But that's just it. We'll be able to do it, but we wouldn't have nobody down there to maintain it because we're not going down there.
You don't need to maintain it.
My thing
about
is,
the land.
Yeah, we could own it, but then actually, what the fucked up part is, we think we're doing right. Somebody will actually turn that bitch into a trap house. We just buying it for the fucking land, but we like, God dang, now I gotta, I'm getting sued because somebody OD'd in the fucking land that I bought.
Right.
Somebody didn't fucking, in this damn. I thought it was an investment, but somebody turned that bitch into a trap house.
There you go.
Because we could have did that shit back home. You know how much
Hell
fucking
yeah.
houses cost back home?
Shit, especially if you bought around the university.
Shit. Yeah. Easy.
Because that motherfucker is growing like the plague.
Yeah, they're going from downtown all the way up to Wick Park.
Absolutely. The goddamn.
They want all that. They there. Now think about it. Last time I was home, yeah, they're fucking there.
The goddamn bookstore is a Barnes and Noble.
See?
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about that back in the fucking 90s.
Man, look, let me see. Who is that? Who is because I read that article and I said, hey man, that company that he's in partnership with, BAM.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they shit going for $54 a share, man. I said, let me pick up like 2 or 3 shares.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
You, man, keep your eye on fucking Texas, man. Just
absolutely.
All you gotta do is follow the money. When he first said he's fuck California, I'm moving all my shit to fucking Texas, I was like, game changer. Like, game over. Game over. He pulled up all his shit and was like, fuck that. I'm selling my houses. I'm pulling roots. I'm done. Fuck California.
Man, look. And not only that, look where the Raiders went to.
There you go.
These motherfuckers lost the Raiders. I think they lost Golden State. They trying to hold on to the A's for dear life.
They got the new deal.
They got it? Okay.
Yeah, they got the new deal. The people, the city approved for the new stadium.
These so motherfuckers were talking about. These motherfuckers was talking about maybe we could put a WNBA team here.
Wow.
Motherfucker, you
what
gonna
they need
waste
to do
money.
is put a WNFL team there. Put that X League over there.
You goddamn right.
Hey man, I'm buying season tickets, man. I'm sold.
Man, look, I'm telling you, Mr. Cope. Well, I ain't gonna do that. LOH. Shout out LOH. Shout out LOH. I ain't gonna do that. Salute.
All good, man. All good.
You know
Should be interested in that. What now? Motherfucker, you better buy 2 tickets.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. One of the crazy things about when up and leave Oakland, did you know that they couldn't find any moving companies in Oakland that would take their money? They all band together. It was like, fuck them.
Motherfuckers is hurt.
They had to pay twice. LA and get a mover to come pick their shit up in Oakland and then take it. They was like, man, no moving company will take their fucking business once they signed the deal saying that they were leaving, going to fucking Vegas.
They hurt. Let me tell you something.
I was like, that's some strong fucking shit. You know how much money they left on the table?
My brother-in-law is a Raiders fan.
Okay.
And he already said that he gonna be going to Vegas. But it's like, think about how many jobs was lost when these motherfuckers left.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And
but folks just don't understand, man. Out here, the shit ain't settled science yet, man. You know they still trying to figure out the parking
for LA, for Vegas.
Yeah,
all the desert that's out there,
dude. Because it's on the strip. It's deep. You know what I mean? It's deep. It's south on the strip, but the parking situation, because a lot of folks are like, shit. What are you willing to pay?
They're trying to come
in the middle of a whole bunch of shit. Now they're talking about, well, here's the stadium, but you park, X amount of miles away, and then we shuttle you in. Where's the tailgating? You see what I'm saying? That's the whole deal with fucking football. It's the tailgate. They don't have a place to fucking tailgate. because a
Yep.
lot of folks are still sitting on their damn property.
There you
know,
go.
they're down there by the Hustlers Club
I don't
and
even
all
know
that
where
stuff,
is,
man.
I remember
it's down,
seeing it,
It's down
yeah.
south by the fuck. It's just it's one of those. They were so happy that they got it. It's one of those that saying, the dog then caught the bus. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Now
Yeah.
they don't know what the fuck to do. Just like with that city center shit.
Oh, they're gonna
they put the
figure it
shit up
out.
so fast. Yeah, they're gonna figure it out because they're gonna pay the money.
They're gonna
They gonna
or
pay people
eminent
like, yeah, we
domain
gonna-
some motherfuckers.
Pretty much. It's Vegas.
Water rights, nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
But yeah, they're still trying to figure out the parking situation.
Annex your
man.
shit.
The shit is built or whatever, but yet we still haven't had like a full, packed stadium due to COVID.
Right.
But
Man,
yet-
look.
They're still trying to figure it out. So
Yeah, man. Vegas, Texas.
yeah, a great migration over to fucking Vegas. A lot of folks are like, man, we'll give up the water, all the beaches and all that shit because I'm not paying, $2,500 for a fucking studio.
With
You
a
know what I
bum
mean?
outside, man. I'm not paying. Who the fuck want to pay? Who want to pay $2,500 and it's a bum on your steps, man?
Right.
Here's a
And
bum.
the shit keep going up. It keep
Hey, look,
going up.
We giving you a complimentary bum with your apartment. Dirty motherfucker, right? No, let me stop.
Dude, I saw an article about how in San Fran, how this family had a rent controlled apartment. It was like a 6 apartment or whatever, and the owners paid them, I forget, $500,000 to move, so they could pretty much chop up that damn apartment. I was like, who had it? But the family just held on to the apartment. Their kids are pretty much
Mhm.
grown, and they just held on to it because it was in the city. And you know how
Mhm.
housing is in the fucking city of San Francisco is ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And they were like, dude, would y'all just fucking move? Y'all don't need this shit, but it was rent control. I was like, these motherfuckers, all y'all did was make rich people richer.
There you go. There you go. It's
Crazy.
ooh, it is. Somebody said this a minute ago. It's gonna be damn near impossible in the years to come for motherfuckers to even break through and to becoming rich, unless you just invent some end all to be all shit. Is because, man, that's the thing. Motherfuckers is just constantly making rich people richer, man. But I think this he's gonna set the standard for some new shit with this solar housing, man.
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, it's Elon, and I kind of like the dude because he's not afraid to take his lumps. Sometimes
Right.
shit go right, some shit goes wrong. Like when he debuted his pickup truck, and
Mhm.
then it was like, yeah, it's indestructible, and the fucking glass broke. Talking
Right.
about it's bulletproof. All that shit. I was like, ouch.
Well, like the exterior is bulletproof. Now I ordered one of these damn trucks. So the exterior is bulletproof, but the glass did
Yeah.
withstand a lot more than most side glass windows do. So
Right.
usually the side glass windows are like tempered glass, and
Right.
they shatter,
Right.
blah blah blah. This dude threw like a 5-pound metal ball at a side window, and the shit didn't completely shatter into shreds. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's amazingly better than the glass that's on your car right now. So yes, it's not indestructible glass, but it did fare better
Man,
than most
listen.
glasses.
You can't have that in the same. But like, look, if you're driving a car, just make sure if they shooting at you, you lean down towards the fucking panel. You're not,
Yeah.
visible through the glass. That's kind of a hard sell. If you selling the car and you just say, hey, yeah, my fucking truck is bulletproof. They looking at
But
the
the
windows
glass.
too, damn it. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the car. Just call me crazy, right? That's part.
Do motherfuckers even care, or is it just a thing like, nigga, we got a Tesla? And Tesla's fashionable now. Do people
Well,
really care? I've been in one of the motherfuckers. It is an experience. I'm like, wow, this motherfucker
It's
got
a rolling
whole
computer. Yeah, it's a
iPad
rolling
in there.
computer.
Yeah.
So
no break. Oh, I just ate my foot off this motherfucker. You know, it's pretty fucking amazing, man. And telling you, man, this dude is about to he gonna keep coming up with more shit.
Well, like I
I
said,
mean,
when I go back,
the sky's the limit.
yeah, but going back to my point about him willing to take his lumps, I heard that one of his battery packs for the homes that he has or whatever, it exploded, and it took like 9 fire engines or whatever to put that shit out. So it's kind of like you take the good with the bad. It was like, dude, I want one in my house, but is there any way I could build a facility outside of my house? Like, I don't want to just in my garage, because my garage is part of the house. If that bitch decide to explode for whatever reason, you know, because some of that shit is you know, you don't know.
That's what
Well,
wifey said.
fire departments are not geared towards lithium battery fires. Okay,
That
so
part.
whenever you
Well,
have lithium battery fires, it's a completely different mindset when you go to battle them, because of course pouring water on
It's the
lithium burns
worst
so
fucking
hot
thing.
that it
Yeah,
will
it's the worst
separate the hydrogen from the water
from the water
and burn the
Yes.
fucking hydrogen. So that's, I mean, it's lithium is a metal. You have a metal fire. You need to treat lithium batteries like a metal fire. And metal fires don't go out with water.
Right.
Well,
That's just
here's it.
basic firefighting 101.
That
Yeah,
should
well,
be like their own special firefighting squad living in a solar suburb.
Right.
They should have their own, like, there's a fire in the solar suburb. You know what truck it's in.
Well,
You know
no.
what I
I mean, they're completely prepared for it. They're just untrained. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there are techniques that you can use as a regular fire department to combat lithium fires. But if you're not prepared to encounter a lithium fire while you're fighting a house fire, then the dynamics change. So, like, if you have a garage fire, you throw a bunch of fire because it's just, you know, that's normal. There is a Tesla Powerwall in the back, you're going to make things a lot fucking worse.
Gotcha.
Well, here's the thing with one of the one of the accidents up here. You know, my old lady we was rapping about, one of these guys, they put the autopilot on and went to sleep and shit, and car wreck, guy died or whatever. But the thing is, the firefighters couldn't put the fire out. The battery, they're having issues with those batteries. They couldn't put the fucking fire out. They had to call the manufacturer, get one of the engineers out there to help them put the fire out. So that's one thing he's gonna have to do if he's talking about building a suburb. So a suburb
to be trained.
Right. He's gonna have to fix the fucking issue with that battery. You know what I'm saying?
No. The batteries are fine. It's just the techniques that we use to combat lithium fires. Fire department, local fire departments just need to be trained on it. Because the only time you encounter lithium fires when you're a firefighter is in these at certain plants.
A plant.
You know, but once they're in everybody's home, now we just need to spread the knowledge between fire departments to combat these fires. So it's no big deal. It's not a big deal. I mean, you know, in the military, we had lithium battery fires all the time. I mean, you pull them out of a Huey or, you know, something, and like there is more lithium on the military side of firefighting than there was on the civilian side of firefighting. So this is relatively new for the civilian side of firefighting. And it's just a few techniques that just need to be changed, but everything else is fine. Yeah, they're not more dangerous than anything else. I mean, it realistically, you would have more problem dealing with a fuel fire than you would with a lithium ion fire.
Thinking like how they
trust me. I see the look on your face, and it's wrong, but trust me. You know, trust me when I say this. I've been around the world teaching firefighters. You know, so this is my specialty. You know, like it is as long as the training's in place. As long as the training is in place and you have the right materials to do the right job, you will not have a problem.
I'm not arguing with you. I graduated.
I'm thinking like how you
were a firefighter.
Like they have the special what is that? In server rooms. It's different from what is in that. I think that's what they're going to have to start putting in homes where that battery pack is.
Well, you said
in case if it overheats or something like that.
What
because
in
in server rooms, there's a different kind of sprinkler head that they have in there that releases foam that covers up, inside of a server room. And,
well, my thing,
they use a clean chemical like
K-Line. Will foam work on those batteries though? Because I mentioned it. They said foam wasn't even working.
No, foam doesn't work on batteries.
Right.
So the things that you really need to teach firemen to do when it comes to the batteries, I mean, you could put dry on a metal fire. As long as it's dry and it's sand, you will extinguish that fire. However, once you put water or chemical on there, then you reach a point where metal burns so hot that it will actually separate the hydrogen from the oxygen in water, and it will burn both very efficiently. So when you put water on a metal fire, things get a lot worse because of the temperature that. Does that make sense?
Give it up to Bill. Give it up for Bill Nye, everyone. Give it up for Bill Nye. Bill,
this is Tank's wheelhouse.
But let
him go.
Give it up, everyone.
Let him go. Just to let our viewers know that yes.
Bars, spit your shit. Spit your shit.
My boy knows his business. My boy knows his business. So, talk that shit, Tank.
Talk that shit, Tank. Talk that good nerd shit. We need that. Talk that good nerd shit.
So when you deal with metal fires, you need a special chemicals to deal with metal fires. Like it's a really weird space to be in, and since the lithium battery run has came upon us so fast, and then training budgets are like reactive and not proactive, we have a problem where firefighters are not equipped to deal with lithium-ion battery fires.
So let me ask you this question. 2 questions. Do you know about it? Do you know how to deal with it?
He just
I deal with it. I dealt with it through the military.
Right. No.
I mean, I know. Yeah.
You know how to deal with it. So let me ask you a question. If you know, let me ask you this question. If you know that this man's idea is to start solar suburbs, and like Mr. Coppola said, this is going to be the blueprint for the rest of the country, maybe the rest of the world. Would you be willing to get in on the ground level as far as going to train, starting your own little thing to train these guys how to do that? It could be a lot of money in that shit.
There is a lot of money in it, but the training is there. They just need to realize where the hazards are. So like in the military, I mean, everything was inspected. Like there wasn't anything that wasn't already known to be there. You know what I mean? So at any point, into your house because it's government owned, and they could say, hey, this is unsafe, this is unsafe, this is unsafe, this is unsafe. As a civilian, I cannot come into your house right now as a firefighter. These are the things that you need to change, and you're obligated to do it. So with that being said, you can wherever you want with lithium-ion batteries in a Tesla Powerwall, and your back, nobody knows about it. But it's different when you're on a military base, because as soon as you bring a hazardous material on base, about it.
No, dig
and they're prepared. They're prepared for it.
I'm saying dig it. I get that. But I'm saying, like you said, you got to know where. You got to think about it like this, man. These Teslas, they're coming off the motherfucking assembly line quick. Like down in Texas, you see everybody like Infinities. Every motherfucker up here got a Tesla. I mean, this could be like, you could get in on the ground floor of this fucking shit. If this man is making suburbs, you can come up with the training protocols, what motherfucking safety protocols need to be put in these houses, new motherfucking sprinkler systems, you know what I'm saying, or fire detection instruments, you know what I mean, that need to be in the house. It's a lot of money in there, bro. That's all I'm saying.
There is, but the problem civilian side is that you never know where this stuff is, because civilians can do whatever they want. So,
Yep, right.
you know, like if you build a house inside city limits, you put a Tesla Powerwall up, no one has to notify anyone that. And then when you show up and everything's filled with smoke and there's fire and blah, 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 you pull out a hose and start an attack, then shit starts to go sideways because you didn't realize you just hit a power wall
well, water
125 gallons per minute.
Right.
You know, it you were obligated to tell the fire department, city services, or whatever that you installed a power wall. Nobody would know.
Right.
You know, so when you go and approach, when you go and approach a fire, you know, there's a lot of shit you don't know.
Let me ask you,
you know, all you think is there might be somebody in there.
You're right.
We need to put the fire out and we need to get back home. That's the only things that you think about. And then, you know, you come across shit that just shouldn't be there, like a power wall.
You said you can put the fire out with dry sand?
Yeah, I mean, get dry sand. I mean, like how, yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible.
This is what I'm saying. Theoretically, I'm just speaking theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit that shit with a sandblaster, right? A motherfucker can pull up with a sandblaster and put out the fire, right?
There's a lot of conditions at play here. I mean, like you're gonna put fire sirens on a sandblaster and drive it into, you know, into an emergency situation like this. It's gonna go catastrophic within minutes. So, you know, all this, you know, this pre-plan, like, hey, I would have did this, I would have did that. Like, bullshit. You got a couple of minutes to do what you need to do,
right?
And
or you fucked
that window, you're fucked. You know, so
no.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There are ways to combat it, I guess. You know, if they had a sort of like a sodium bicarb system to kind of create carbon dioxide to suffocate everything once it first initiates. There were like these extinguisher balls that they use over in Europe. You kind of throw them in and they kind of
just suck out.
Yeah, they just suck out oxygen.
That's what I was talking
those
about.
Might
with
be
those
cool
with
hanging
the
out.
Rooms. Yeah, they're saying,
yeah,
like, if those drop, it's like you can't be in this room. You will fucking die. If that chemical is dispersed, you cannot be in that room.
Mm-hmm.
See what you're talking about.
One moment, Jen.
In Halon is where you know it'll take the oxygen out of the room. You know, to mitigate a fire. You know.
Got you.
But yeah, it's going to be weird with Tesla Powerwalls. They're going to need to change the way they respond.
And also, like you said, it's people going to have to give up their information on how they're powering their homes. You know, it's a little bit of, it's a give and take. You're going to have to give up a little bit if you want pretty much, you know, little to no electric bill. You know what I mean?
You know, homeowners need to understand that, like, hey, look, unless you notify your local government and your local agencies that you have this technology in your house,
you're on your own.
You're going to deal with a catastrophic loss.
Got it.
If you go to put a fire out in traditional means, it's going to make it worse. And if you wait for non-traditional means to be implemented, you're still going to burn your house down. You know, so
what do you think that insurance policy is going to look like? Because you know, insurance companies are going to be making money hand over with this stuff because you come on, man, flood, fire, catastrophic events.
It all depends on where you're at. You know, because like if you're in rural, insurance agencies pretty much guarantee that by the time the fire department gets to your house is a total loss.
Got it.
You know, it's calculated in. You know, if and you had a catastrophic loss, it's a little bit different. I mean, your insurance rates are going to be a little bit different.
But
But
wait,
I
wait,
can't
wait,
see
wait.
them being much different.
Are lithium?
Okay.
You said are these batteries calculated in? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they got natural occurrences, hurricanes. Is it Tesla battery fucking explosion in there? Like,
That's
will
what
they
I was
cover
asking
that?
about their insurance. You know,
Right,
insurance.
right. Because this is a new
Yes.
thing he's doing.
Well, hear me out. Hear me out. Now, just think if you had a house in rural Texas, okay? Now, a fire department response to a house will probably be about 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, your house will be no matter what the fuck you have in it. So whether or not you have a power wall, a single difference on what the insurance company has to replace, other than the additional tax for the equipment. Like the fire will be identical. You will lose everything
Right.
in 20 minutes, whether or not you have a power wall or not. In the city, it would make a difference. So if you have a fire that involves the location of the Tesla Powerwall. Now, keep this in mind. Now, the Powerwalls can be attached to the outside of the house, the inside of the garage, you know, off location by, 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Anywhere, and maybe that's the idea that we need to change, is that we need to take these Powerwalls and set them off to the side.
That's what
Yeah.
I was. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
And maybe that's a solution, but realistically, your house involves a Powerwall, you're completely fucked. If it catches fire and nobody knows about you having a Powerwall. Yeah, but how many
kinda
times
like-
I've had millions of house fires, not millions. Oh God, I've had plenty of house fires where it didn't involve, so if you had a Powerwall in the garage, you would have been 100% fine.
Right.
But if it involved the room with the Powerwall, yeah, you'd be fucked.
So kind of like a little building, like a little shed type building in the backyard.
Yeah,
or it could
Yeah,
just be like you said, piped in. I'm thinking like
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like it's not even in your house. It's a whole different on its own facility. You just pay the fees.
Right.
Yeah.
You just plugged in because that's your new hub. That's your new solar suburb. Everybody's tied into this one grid. You know, like how when Texas the grid fell, and he was like, Elon was like, plugging in my shit. I got enough juice. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that's what it's going to be like. Nobody's going to actually have a wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless, I don't like if you can't afford to have it offsite, you have to put it inside your garage or something like that. It's probably going to be a sliding scale on that. So that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, but it's going to be huge. I mean, just think of the fires that you get when you heat your house with natural gas. So not only do you have fires associated with natural gas, but you also have carbon monoxide poisoning with natural gas. If you convert the whole infrastructure in America over to solar power, you would end up saving more lives than what a fire. So, just think about all the carbon monoxide deaths, number one, the cooking fires, just based on natural gas fires where you're cooking over an open flame inside your house, all converted to electric, along with dryer fires. I mean, most people don't understand that most fires in homes are caused by dryers. Like, who would have thought that? I still think it's bullshit, and I've been a fireman, 20-some years. So it's just weird. It's so strange when you look at the statistics. This home, I would save more lives than what you would think would be taken by solar battery fires.
And there it is. That's it. That is it. And that's why I said when I saw the article, I was like, well, shit. This is the next wave. It's going to be the next wave. Keep your eye on Texas, people. Please keep your eye on Texas.
Absolutely.
This is going to be the blueprint.
Absolutely.
Especially from Texas, and heading out west, Yeah, this is going to be it.
Hey, shit, I forgot to give.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, the lady of the house told us that her homegirl put us on to like.
Oh yeah.
Look, we got put on. We got like 5 new subscribers or something just off the lady of the house. She ran, and her friends ran it. We good now. Yeah, so we got to shoot out.
Golden now.
Yeah.
First of all, we got to get a biggest shout out to the LOH, man. You know what I mean? Doing the damn thing with that. You know what I mean? That's the homie. We gotta maybe one day we can get her on the shizzo. You know what I mean? Right. But let's go on with the shout outs. You know what I mean? She don't even know she got a show name. LOH. You know what I mean?
LOH. Yeah. Hey,
right on.
Scared.
Yes. What's their name?
KK Kramer.
KK. Yeah. Shout out to KK. You know what I mean? For hooking up 3 PMD with, you know what I mean, with some new subscribers. You know what I mean? You part of the family. Shout out. That's our first shout out, you dig? You know what I mean?
Much love, sister.
Much love, sister.
And again, if there's something you guys want us to talk about, please leave a comment down there, and we'll get out.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Yeah, man.
So I see Ed reaching for that bottle, man. What you got?
What you got?
It's called Phoebus.
Phoebus.
I like the label. Phoebus is a MMC. I don't even know what the hell that is, but yeah, it's nutritious and delicious.
There you go.
Oh, beautiful thing. Filled with vitamins.
Yes, sir.
That's been your wine of the week with Mr. Coppola, man.
Indeed, yes, sir. Indeed. But yeah, thank you for all the new subscribers, and
thank you.
Keep tuning in, and we'll keep trying to do what we do.
Yes, sir.
On a weekly basis, and if we're late, you could dock our pay.
There you go.
Hey, much apologies, man. Much apologies, man. You know it's been a crazy time for me.
What you doing, man? What's going on? Oh. He looked at the time and was like, damn, I'm at my brother's house. Hold on a second. Let me go.
Right. Hey, but that's how you do it, though, man.
All good.
Hey, man, I'm sorry for letting you guys down, man. But it's trying times, man. It's trying times.
Sir.
Yes,
sir, man.
We gotta fuck with you, man.
Yeah,
hey, man, you got our support, man.
Thank you and love you, brothers, man.
We brothers,
indeed, sir. Indeed, man.
Yes, sir.
The love runs deep, kid. We good.
There you
we
go.
Good. We're just fucking with you, man. Making sure we're trying to keep you on your toes, man. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes, sir.
Thank you guys every day, man. Thank you.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Next time, gentlemen.
Till next time, while rocking with 3 the Hard Way, aka 3 PMD. That's our new shit.
The new name. Put that up there. 3 PMD.
Put it up there with 3 the Hard Way. 3 PMD. Go get some shirt shit. Shout out. We fought this evil, goddammit. One love.
Yes, sir.
Brooklyn, stand up. On the nose.
Shout out to Brooklyn and Shaolin.
Yeah, shout out to B Down Brown.
B Down Brown for making the beats, man. Blessing us with this shit.
We gotta get him a guest star appearance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, man, as soon as he gets some free time.
Right.
We need BDB to do a remix. We got to put our new name on it, man. We got to do the 3
PMD. Yeah. I love that, man.
Man, it's time for a remix.
Yes, sir. I was listening like 3 3 P&D, that shit sound good. 3 people making dollars. Yeah. All right, man. One love, man. Love y'all, brothers, man. Peace.
We love you too, man. Good looking out. Peace.
All right, fellas.